What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ4th, and I'm coming at you with my updated Unchained deck profile. I've been playing a lot of this deck online, especially in TRIF tournaments, LCS, Rogue tournaments, along with PPG tournaments that have gotten really good results with them. I've topped multiple events with it, and I'm very proud to showcase you my updated build. This is a blind second build, and I believe this is the most expensive Unchained deck you'll find, and not only the most expensive, but the best variant if you want to play this deck competitively. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get on with the deck profile, starting off with the main deck. Obviously, we have triple prismatic Aruhas. Yes, prismatics. If you want to be the best Unchained player, you gotta have like the best rarities for it, and so that's why we have 3 of it. For those of you who don't know what this card does, pretty simple. It's what you call your combo starter. So you can activate this card from your hand, destroy one card inside the field to special summon it, and if this card were to be destroyed by battle or card effect on the field, you can special summon another Unchained monster. Now, when you use this first effect to use from a hand to special summon it, you're locked into Fiends. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This really just gets your combos going. And the one unique thing about this is it allows you to play cards like Sphere Mode, because if you are able to combo off with this card, then you don't really need your normal summon. However, your normal summon is pretty critical, but not as critical if you have this card. So I always want to see this card in my hand. But yeah, moving on, we'll go with triple Sarama. This is the fairly new card that came out. It's really what gets the engine going, I guess, like your extender. So pretty much what this card does is you can target one Unchained card from your graveyard and set it to your side of the field, and then pop one card inside the field besides this card. And it's really good because it can recur your resources, whether it's getting your disaster and when it dies, then special summon a link monster from your graveyard, or getting a trap, just whatever you really need, it gets in your graveyard, and then to summon something else from your deck, essentially, is really powerful. So this card was much needed in the deck. Next we play triple Rakea. He's your next combo starter, I guess, and extender. He's pretty good. Like, all of them like have their unique effects. So pretty much it's a quick effect during the player's turn. You could target one card on your side of the field and destroy it. And if you do, you're locked into Fiends. But so this card's really good because it combos well with like Abomination, and you can get like multiple pops, or if you need to pop something on your side of the field during your opponent's turn, you can pop something, and then that card will trigger and summon Abominable Unchained Soul, and that card is like an interruption. So this card has a lot of utility with the deck, and it's overall a really good card. You want to max on all the Unchained cards because this deck is it breaks your opponent's board and then it grinds, and so you want to see multiple copies of this because they all float to one another. Next, for your Unchained 1-ofs, we play the 1 Disaster, and then the 1 Unchained Soul. So let me explain the ratios here. Let's start with the Disaster. This card is your brick, and therefore I cut it to 1. I used to run 2, and I kind of wish I had 2 because the card's really good. Like, if you're able to summon it off of another Unchained card, it's pretty powerful, but having it in your hand is absolute brick. So what this card does is you can target one card on your opponent's side of the field, target one monster on your opponent's side of the field, and link it away for a dark monster. And if it dies by battle or card effect, you can special summon an Unchained card from your graveyard. So it has 2 unique effects, and that's pretty good. And next is Abominable Unchained Soul. This card is absolutely bonkers. So let me tell you what it does. You can only special summon it once per turn. If this card were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon it. If a card were to be destroyed by a battle card effect on your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned, you can discard one card, destroy one card on the field. So pretty much, like, it doesn't target, so that's really good. And so if your opponent wants to respond, they have to respond to the effect of it. And if they don't, then like you can pop anything for free. And so that's pretty good. It's 3,000 beat stick, and if it dies, you can special summon during the end phase. And if you do it, when it leaves the field, it goes back to the bottom of your deck. But yeah, it's a really powerful card. You only need to run 1 of it. I was thinking about 2, but I think 1's fine. Like, the really crazy thing is sometimes is that I don't even need my extra deck to win some of the duels. Like, if I can just use this card and like use my traps and my hand traps to slow my opponent down, break their board, and just be able to like swing with this or something. It's truly remarkable. But yeah, moving on to the hand traps, we play triple Nibiru. I think it's pretty necessary now in this format with all this combo stuff going on, needle fiber package, what have you. People like to special summon a lot, so having Nibiru there is pretty nice. Then you play triple Effect Veiler. I think one of the more powerful hand traps right now. It's a combo heavy format, a lot of monster effects. So effectively, it's not hard ones per turn. Also searchable with the you can search with like Fantastical and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Next we played Triple Ash. For the longest time, I played 2 of this card, but with this format in particular, like Ash at 3 is like probably absolutely necessary. It's probably the best hand trap right now. Next we play Triple Phantazmay. This is a blind second deck, so you want to see our hand traps. We want to fix our hands, if possible. And having that extra monster board is nice to offer that protection. And it's a link format. It's always going to be a link format. Most competitive decks will utilize links somehow, some shape, form, way. So that's why we play Triple Phantazmay. And now moving on to the spells, we play Triple Abomination's Prison. It's your roto of the deck. It can literally search anything. So that's pretty good. And if this set card is destroyed, you can special summon a Unchained card from your deck. The only downside to this card is that you can't reset it off of Sarama. Otherwise, it'd be broken because the card says Abomination. It doesn't have Unchained on its title, which is a little unfortunate. But yeah, it's a very good card, and it's the only expensive card. Every other card is fairly affordable, but hopefully with the new Megatons, this card will be a lot affordable. Next, we play Triple Lightning Storm. Yes, we're a blind second deck, so we want to run the best going second cards possible. And Triple Lightning Storm allows to break opponent's back row, and sometimes the Rakea effect comes in handy as well. If anything, it's a bait card, and yeah, Lightning Storm's good. Next, we play Double Pot of Extravagance. Now, before I used to play Desires, but now that we run one of the big Unchained monsters, we don't want to banish any of them. That's number 1. Number 2, we have a lot of space for the extra deck, and that's really good. And number 3 is that we don't have any other draw cards, so Pot of Extravagance is a perfect fit. However, there is one problem, and most people would argue to run 3, but I don't know, I'm still on the fence about that. The thing is, you still need your extra deck, right? So if you banish 3 of your rages, it would be really hard for you to win the duel. But at the same time, you want to see it. But also at the same time, whenever I side, if I were to have 3, I would automatically side on 1 card. Because you don't want to see multiple copies of this card in your hand, obviously, and you don't want to banish your entire extra deck, because you do need your extra deck. And for your traps, we play Triple Imperm. Now, Imperm could change. I'm thinking about running Ghost Ogres. I'm not entirely sure what I want to play instead of this. With the new stuff coming out with the Dragma Invoked and Numeron stuff, I'm thinking about playing like Ghost Ogres, but we'll have to see. But I mean, Imperm is still a phenomenal hand trap. But the only problem with Imperm is if you draw it off of Fantastical and you have the Fantastical on field, you can't activate Imperm. So yeah, next we play Triple Escape of the Unchained. Pretty good card. So you target one Unchained monster, you control target one card on your opponent's side of the field, destroy it. So it triggers your own Unchained card and also pops a card on your opponent's side of the field, so that's really good. If this Sark card would be destroyed, then you can special summon an Unchained monster from your deck. So that's really good. So you always want to see one of the traps and then Aruha or Rakea to get your combo going. And that's why you're able to play a bunch of hand traps, because it's always a 2-card combo to pop off. So that's pretty nice. And then we play the Triple Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. So pretty much, you can special summon an Unchained monster from your graveyard or hand. And if this set card would be destroyed, you can special summon an Unchained card. Pretty good. This card doesn't target, so if they were to call by the grave or whatever, and they ask for target, you always just say, this card doesn't target. And they usually don't know what to banish, so that's pretty neat. That's it for the main deck. It's a 40-card main deck. The only thing I would probably change is the Imperms possibly, and maybe adding a 3rd Pot of Extravagance. I'm not entirely sure, but this deck works fine as is, so I'm not trying to change too much. Next, for the extra deck, we play Triple Unchained Abomination. Most people knows what this does. If people can't afford Boral Sword, the next best generic Link 4 card is probably this. This card has 3 effects. If a card were to be destroyed by battle, it gets a pop card. If a card would be destroyed by a card effect, it gets a pop card. During the end phase, you can pop a card. So it works really well with your deck, and obviously we played 3 of those because of the Pot of Extravagance. Next, we play Triple Unchained Soul of Anguish. During your turn, you can target one card on your target one monster on your opponent's side of the field and link it away. And if this card were to be destroyed by any means, you can recycle an Unchained card added to your hand. So that's pretty good. And next we play Triple Unchained Soul of Rage. This card's really nice. So during your opponent's turn, you can target one special summon monster from your opponent's side of the field and special summon a dark monster from your extra deck. So that's really good. So you always want to have at least one copy of this card in your extra deck at all times, and at least a Link 3 as well. Next we play a triple Unicorn. Pretty good. Like, you know, this is essentially like an IP Masquerena, right? You want to use an IP to summon the Unicorn and then use Unicorn as an interruption. So you would have this on your side of the field, then link something away, summon a Unicorn, discard something, to spin something away. It's really nutty. Like, if someone makes you go first, like, you have no problem, because you could potentially have a board with like 4 interruptions by having this card, like the Rage, any Unchained monster, and then the Trap card, right? So the Trap card pops, and then you would destroy your Unchained monster, summon Abominable Soul, discard a card, pop a card, use Rage, target something on the opposite side of the field, summon Unicorn, spin something back. That's 4 interruptions right there. It's very easy to do. And yeah, and last for the last 3 slots, we play the one Accesscode, the one Soldier of Chaos, and the one Linkuriboh. And let me explain each one of them real quick. So Accesscode Talker is pretty obvious. You can get beefy. You can summon it off of Anguish, and you know, you can get you pops. And Soldier of Chaos is really good because you play like Phantazmays and, you know, your disaster level 8 monsters, and so it's pretty easy to make. Some decks can't out it, like Altergeist. And then Linkuriboh, I actually don't run any level 1 aside from like Effect Veilers, but Linkuriboh is only there for dinosaurs. So if you have an extra spot for dinosaurs and they summon a token on your side of the field, you can easily just link it away for Linkuriboh, and every time they summon a token, you can just sack it away with Linkuriboh. That way, you're able to target your opponent's monsters, which is pretty critical in your deck. So that is it for the extra deck. Now moving on to the side deck, we have triple sphere mode. So I explained earlier in the video that with having Aruha in your hand, you don't really need your normal summon. So this card's really good against like dinosaurs and rocks and what have you. Any combo decks that spew out like 5-7 negates. Next, we play a triple Cosmic Cyclone for the back row. Next we play Triple Dark Ruler No More, because obviously, like I keep mentioning before, it's a combo format, and you know, decks like dinosaurs and rocks or whatever, you drop this and you're free to go. So yeah, pretty good. Next we play Triple Summon Limit for the decks that make you go first, or if you have the absolute urge to go first for whatever reason, you have this card at your disposal, you can easily play around Summon Limit, which is phenomenal. So like if you have Summon Limit and like Unchained Soul Rage, like you're straight. Like you just sit on those 2 cards and just watch your opponent like in misery. It's amazing. And then lastly, we play Triple Evenly Match, one of the best blowout cards going second. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or whatever, please post it down below in the video. I try my very best to read all your comments and respond. I'll try to help the Yu-Gi-Oh community as best as I can. And that's it for the deck profile, and have a nice day.